Hi there. So, Alex from over at Statements by Alex kind of put a virus in my head about THC and how she doesn't feel that I can do my job as effectively when under the influence. I don't know. I would say that my connection with Source is like 50 times stronger, but the mental fortitude that you need for getting through um, extensive dialogue and some of the things we talk about does require a little bit more clarity. So I was sitting with that for the last couple days, just maybe push it a couple more hours until the first bowl, or variations of that, maybe go a whole day. And I noticed, like, maybe once I got over like the sadness of not being high, I was actually more connected to things, more involved. Just once I got in my flow, I didn't notice not being high. It was just me, which is cool. And it helps me organize my thoughts for the videos. So, but I was gonna skip 420 today, but I'm actually kind of like more excited to partake in 420, and we're almost there. Got a couple minutes left. I was gonna pull out and start recording and just pack one and do one on here and then do my thing. But I think today, in honor of Alex, I'm going to skip 420 and let's just get on with the reading. I want to talk today about the art of stealing someone's sovereignty. Part of the path to awakening is that we discover our own sovereignty. We discover that our sovereignty has been stolen from us and almost kind of held hostage, where you need to know what you got to do to get it back. And a lot of times the system that you're in doesn't provide the clear out or the guidance for that. So I wanted to talk about the art of stealing someone's sovereignty as an art, because we all do it, even subtly, in conversations, everyday interactions. Usually someone's sovereignty is taken, like by narcissism or withholding of love, or whatever we do to each other. We always try to control each other and manipulate and to achieve what we want. And if we can do it subtly without them realizing it, and we get what we want in the end, it's more beneficial for us to keep that concealed and to learn that this is a reliable source of energy. So we keep going back to it, and it's deceptive, because we're portraying something, or we're getting control and energy from people under false pretenses. I think that's one of the more official definitions of it. In doing that, someone else's sovereignty takes a hit. They go from being in their natural, biological, normal, healthy rhythm of whatever their biology calls for, and taking that step back, their body says, wait a minute, you're not acting true to yourself. We don't know what to do now, because we never rehearsed this, what's going on. So now you would have a tendency to go internal then. So now externally, you're that male healthy energy if you're a male. Internally is actually female, feminine energy, which is there, living under the surface, but contributing, but never taking our full psyche. And so if we allow ourselves to slip out of the male, we can, if we understand kind of what's going on, we can jump right back up in there. But if we slip out of our healthy male energy and then we embrace the things of this world that contribute to us staying in that energy, we're just going to stay out of our male energy and locked in that female energy. Alex, a different Alex from Alexandria Francesca has a YouTube channel, and she goes in depth on this, what those energies look like, and has a full video and multiple videos on this. And so now this video is going to be more on the male oriented side. So for the female audience, I would recommend go over to her channel and check out her videos, because very tremendous stuff. Even for a guy learning from her, it's not only female stuff, but it's very informative stuff. But understanding the male side of it was that certain behaviors are indicative of being outside of your healthy male energy, or being inside of your unhealthy, disordered, dysfunctional female energy. And it's the reason I say that is not just because it's female. It's disordered and dysfunctional and not right because it's a confused energy. It's a feminine energy in a male body. They don't know, it doesn't know how to act. So you would tend to take on tendencies of, well, I'll just let Alex explain that one to you. I mean, I know him, but I would really have to dig, and in order to get anything concise, and her videos are very concise. So we'll get back into stealing someone's sovereignty, more on kind of the male, more from the male side. So anytime our forward momentum is stopped or slowed, that thing is stealing our sovereignty. Part of awakening is the realization that we control how we feel about our reality. How does someone witness their own power? How does someone witness their own power? You have to see it in action. You got to see your power being effective out there in the world and get the confidence from it, and learn the confidence, learn the feeling of, this is how it feels when I'm successful. This is my power. This is my confidence. Learning it through practice. But let's say you're developing your power and it might not even be all that effective in the world. What are some things we can do to witness our own power in action? Give us that confidence. When we doubt our power or think someone else is stronger, we tend to give our power over and reverence over to them. This happens across genders, causing disordered energies. A biological male who is in his healthy male energy of creation, production, and security will stay in that energy if he is replenishing his energy through the embodiment of these characteristics. if his energy is challenged and he drops frame to the challenger, he is allowing himself to slip out of healthy male and into unconscious internal feminine energy. If biology and energy aren't aligned within the gender, disorder arises. So, that kind of sums up what we were talking about with that and how it leads to disorder within. The energies are conflicting now. They're not in synchrony, so they're just doing what they do. They're not helping each other, they're opposing each other. So how do we staying in your male energy? How do we do that? Don't do the easy thing. We live in a world of, well, everyone says the world is hard, but we live in a world of such ease and comfort and easy choices, easy options, easy roads to take. And we oftentimes, because we are so pushed to the max in every other aspect, we literally don't have the energy to not take the easy way. But that throws us off of our male energy, because men need things to be hard. We need to be driving ourselves towards something. We don't care how much work it takes. We'll do it. We just got to know that it's worth it. Some of the easy things like fear. You submit to fear, or you allow yourself to be fearful. Being fearful is a lot easier than doing something about what's causing the fear. You know, submitting to the fear is just cowering into a ball and saying, I'm scared. That's the easiest thing you could do. So don't jump into a fear state. Take care of that fear. Address it immediately. You should have no fears in your life. No man should have no fears. Address it. Get it out of there. Submitting is a subordinate function. It's a underlying. No man is going to subordinate himself to fear. You don't submit. It's also an act of receiving. You're receiving an energy in. You're not an energy of doing, an energy of action, getting out there, and like you are receiving fear instead of giving action. So those will throw you off that male energy. Always do the hard thing. I think that goes hand in hand with the first one. Don't do the easy thing. Don't be lazy. Again, that's the easy thing. Don't be lazy, cutting corners. That's taking. It's saying, hey, I see a surplus. Like normally we'd be working, right? Producing, earning money for our families. When we're done with our work, we come home to the surplus. Now, there's things that obviously need to be done at home, but if you're just sitting there in your surplus of time, doing nothing with that time, cultivating your family, building things around the house, whatever it is, you're taking from your surplus. And if you're taking, you're receiving. So also, too much laziness, too much sitting around, too much, I could go and mow the lawn, but I'd rather sit here and watch this sitcom. That takes you out of the male frame, out of the male energy. If you just get up, bite the bullet, suck it up, put your shoes on and go mow the lawn, that's more of a male action than just sitting on the couch. It's probably why wives cannot stand to see us ever sitting around. There's a lot of truth to that. I mean, when we're not in our male energy and things are dysfunctional, we're causing dysfunction for our partners too. Like, and vice versa. Like if she's in her weird male energy and she's expecting you to submit to that or something, like that's going to cause some issues. If you're in an unhealthy female energy and you're submitting to her, she's like, what the are you doing? I don't know what to do here. I don't, not the leader of this. You're confusing me. And so she'll feel like really, I think Alex said they'll feel um uncomfortable, not disoriented, but like disquieted, discontented, just got a weird heebie-jeebie feeling. I think someone else might have mentioned that it when males aren't being males, it gives women the heebie-jeebies, kind of. But that's why that happens, is because we're confusing each other. We end up adopting the opposite energy, gender energy, and end up just not doing good things for our lives in the long run. Like, this will start to get into some examples, and I don't have any ready for me, but like, what an example of the healthy male energy is, and what an example of the healthy female energy is. One that's in supportive, nurturing, caring, not providing, but providing the support for the kids, and like along those lines, the family, keeping the family going. That's like the most natural role for a woman. Any woman that steps out of that and into a producing role is in her male energy. So that's why it confuses the guys, that like the women who are CEOs and stuff aren't gonna be with normal men, because that's just, you would need someone to be in their feminine energy in order to tolerate that. But for men, I mean, there's constantly stuff trying to pull us out of our male energy, pull you off of your sovereignty. Like, even rules, laws, anything that's gonna like get in the way of your will ultimately makes you submit to whatever that power is that's telling you no. And then if you have to stop what you intended on doing, you are taking a hit to your manhood, essentially. So not allowing that to happen, or not falling into that mentality or that psyche, when you might lose it a little bit, but if you go full on broad spectrum to the other side, it's going to be a lot harder to come back, versus take your hit and move on and get right back into that healthy male energy and keep going, keep producing. So I think that's it. That's all I have written. I really feel like I'm kind of cycling now. I sat with you through 420, and we had a pretty good video. I feel like there's so much more that needs to be said on the topic, but look for that in videos to come. And until then, never stop spreading your light.